that goes back to my teaching days in Australia. That's a whole other story. But I talked to the kids even about the Tower of Babel in class. I mean, I was talking about creation and evolution and why evolution was wrong. I could do that in the public school back then. And last days, we're just more last than we were, and we don't know how last we are, but we're in the last days, and we know that. But notice that these first four C's have a different colour, the yellow colour, because that's the geological, biological, astronomical, anthropological history that's foundational to the rest of the Bible. You know, to develop a truly Christian worldview, you have to start with Genesis 1 to 11, those first four C's. The trouble is most of our churches have not taught those first four C's, or say they don't matter, or have compromised them with evolution of millions of years, 98 actual kinds. We also say in the signage that that's an overestimation. We actually think it's probably less than 1,000, but you know, you can't verify it exactly for a number of reasons, and I'll explain that. Take dogs. There's a lot of documentation on dogs, 34 species of dogs. You can show how they're all interrelated. This species bred with this one with this one, this one with this one, this one with this one. This one never bred with this one, but they're still connected, right? And so if they're connected like that, they're all the one kind. Now, there are some animals that there's no documentation that they're connected, interrelated, and yet we pretty well think they are, like all the bat species. There's probably only one bat kind, but there's no documentation they've interbred, so we let them as separate kinds. That's why I mean we overestimate it. And in the fossil record, animals are dead and can't breed, so you can't figure out sometimes. You don't get that. Evolutionists mock at us because we're saying two of each kind, 7 pairs of some, got off Noah's Ark 4,300 years ago, and all the different species of horses, you know, your zebras and your donkeys and your horses and so on, and all your different species of camels, your llamas, alpacas, they're all the one kind, and all your different species of cats and dogs, all formed within the last 4,300 years, and they'll mock at you and say, that is ridiculous. I tell you why they say that. Because from an evolutionary perspective, it all has to take a long time because matter has to produce that information, and you don't see that happening. So it's going to take a long time, is what they tell you. But from a creationist perspective, all the information is already there. So it doesn't take long at all for those changes.
Unite us and make us all the same, like the blood that's flowing deep inside our veins. We're one blood, we're one people. You can trace our family tree all the way through history, back to Adam, back to Eve. We're one blood, we're created in the image of our God, made to worship, made to love. We're one blood.